Hey guys, it's Tony with Wood Tramp Outdoors. 6 months ago, we introduced you to all of our readers to APLHA Antenna and the Moto for mobile operation. Got an update for you, so hang tight. All right, guys, welcome back. 6 months ago, we started talking with APLHA Antenna. Steve Dinas is the owner, super guy, very friendly, and his knowledge is off the charts. And we came up with, for a mobile solution for an antenna, would be the APLHA Antenna Moto. And the reason that we decided to go this route is because we had heard from you, our readers, and said this is a great option. You might want to try it out. So we reached out there to APLHA Antenna, and he confirmed. He said, yeah, that's the one that I would recommend. So we put this on the truck. The installation was a booger because this is aluminum. But we're going to get past that, and we're just going to concentrate on the antenna because we have received so many emails from you readers asking, you know, what do we think about this, and how's the functionality, you know, what is the performance like, you know. So first of all, just let me tell you a little bit about the journey, how we got here. All right, so what you see here is actually the third Moto that we had to put on the truck because there was a problem with the first one, not because of APLHA, but because of us, the way we installed it. You see this riser here? For whatever reason, we decided we were going to put a riser on the bottom also to kind of get it a little bit higher away from the tailgate. Very bad move. It was on the truck for probably less than a week, and it was working great. And then all of a sudden, nothing. We couldn't get any type of signal. We put it on a meter, and there was nothing. And so we called up APLHA, and he said, that's weird, send it back. And when we took it apart, we found that it was rattling on the inside. So we sent it back thinking, you know, hey man, this thing was defective. And right away we got a second one sent to us. We mounted it the same exact way with a riser here and a riser here, and took it out in the woods like we are today. This is what we do. And it worked for about 2 weeks, and then it stopped working again. And you know, now we're going, maybe this isn't the antenna that we thought it was. So we reached back out to APLHA, and the owner said, you know, that don't make any sense, send that back, we're going to take it apart. So while all this was going on, we're trying to figure this out in our mind. Did we do something that would cause this thing to fail like this? And what we deducted was that putting the extra riser on the bottom here created a scenario of instability. So when you're going down the road, or especially off-road, this match was being beat to death this way and this way, just shaking the snot out of this thing, and it really isn't built to be treated that way. So when Steve got this match back, they cut it apart and looked at it, and sure enough, there was things that were loose because of the excessive vibration. So before sending us another one, they re-engineered it, and they put extra stabilizers in here, and they also filled it with a non-conductive type of foam that would hold everything into place. Now that was about 2.5 months ago. We wanted to wait before we got back on the camera and be able to tell you that. Which, you know, it's been a good journey, learning for us, learning for them. What went wrong had nothing to do with APLHA. It was all about how we installed it here. So just to give you an idea as to the optimum place to put a mobile antenna, it's up on your right front fender. That's why your regular radio antennas are up there. That's where your best reception is at on any vehicle. You know, I've heard put it on the top of the cab, bad. Put it on the back of the cab, bad. The second place that is recommended is on the other side, would be the passenger side of the bed. Now, the key thing is that you have to have this grounded really well. And because of the fact that this is an aluminum body, you know, we really had to go through some hoops to get this to be able to be grounded right. And I'm not so sure that it's grounded the way it needs to be. It goes from here at this bracket down to the frame where it's been drilled, and it has been tightly bonded to the frame. We ground it down, and it works. You know, we get contacts around the country, into Canada, down into Mexico. You know, so it's performing like it's supposed to. It's performing very, very well. It does a great job. But we're going to go the extra mile here in the next month or so. We are going to add some ground straps to it, and we may even move it to the other side over there to see if it makes a difference. But you know, we just wanted to answer those questions for those of you that have been emailing us. And, you know, I think your name was Jesse. You wrote us like 7 times asking us the same question about the performance. Jesse, it performs very, very well. I'm going to give you the specs here. Once we get into editing on this, we'll put those specs on there so you can see them. It's a great antenna, that's for sure. And the thing about this antenna, it does need an external tuner for it, and it makes all the difference in the world with this. So get out there to APLHAantenna.com, check out their entire lineup. They've got it covered, everything that you could imagine. Now, one of the other questions that we had is, what are we going to use for a base station out in the woods? Well, that video is coming up later today, but we wanted to get back to you about the Moto and tell you that this is a stellar antenna. It's very easy to install, except if you're doing an aluminum bed or aluminum truck, period. And the performance of it is off the charts. So thanks for the question, and thanks for your patience.